Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to start a pick a card reading. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. See which one resonates with you. We got this bushel of a yellow flower that is coming apart. I have these little berry flower things. Then I have this pink flower that's kind of losing its color a little bit. In each pile, we are looking at what you might need to see, what you might need to hear, or what you might need to speak. They all three might come up, only maybe one or two might come up. It is what's coming up. We're going to be working with the feminine energy and seeing what's coming up, what feminine energy wants to work with you right now, what you could call upon, what you need to follow through to get this message. Remember, everything may not resonate with you. Remember that this is a general reading, that this might not resonate with you. So take what is for you, leave the rest on the table. If it's not for you, it's not your message, and just keep it moving. All right, let's get started. Okay, pile 1. So you guys we are first starting out with the season of the witch. The Belaton Oracle. We're doing this one right here. You guys, if you pick this pile, it's the milk and butter. 25, you could be a life path 7. You could be 25 years old right now. You also could be born, well, this is telling you this is happening this year because we are in 2025. This is also could be you were born on the 25th. Milk and butter. Like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. So what I'm getting, if you look at this pile, and if I go back and think about this pile when I first started it, this pile was a beautiful flower. And if you look at, I have on what you'll see at the very beginning, you'll see a different flower on the picture that's at the beginning, not at the beginning of the video, but the of the photo I have on there, the thumbnail. So the thumbnail, the flower looks so different. The flower is put together. Right now, this flower is not. You can see this flower is coming apart. So right now, it's you're going through some transformation. You could be working through some of your shadow side, doing shadow work, releasing things. One of the things that I was reading about and I've heard about is as you go through this, sometimes you cry, and those tears are emotions and things that you need to release. It's a releasing process. So you could be going through a releasing process so that you can get to this milk and butter. Feminine energy to work with is Diana. You have this high priestess energy. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. So as you're going through your spiritual learning, as you go through a process, when you go through processes, you can take some of that experience and things that you've gone through and use that to help others. And it could be the smallest things. It could be big things. I go back to this, a great thing that happened recently where I was helping a customer at my 9-to-5, and I was talking to her, and she had the number 777 came up through her. So again, life path 7. I'm throwing it out there. And I said, oh my goodness, you got 777 on her thing. And she said, oh my gosh. And I said, oh my God, you should go look up the number 7. And I was telling her about numerology, because I've looked into numerology and your life path numbers and all of those, because I think sometimes the universe connects with us through numbers, kind of like computer works through, has its own programming. I think the universe has its programming sometimes where it uses the language of numbers to tell us about things. And I think you know that. So some of you might be looking into maybe getting into numerology and helping people understand the numerology better. I know my life path is to learn this in this lifetime, is to do so much learning, and I love to learn, so it's a great thing. But also taking that learning and, 'em, sharing it with others. 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 Ooh, I got the other. That's Dinah. I went to Diana, of course. Maybe that's coming up. It says, your wisdom extends back into the far reaches of ancient times. You're brought this knowledge forward into the present incarnation to be a way shower so that others may benefit from your experiences. Don't delay in expressing this wisdom. It will assist you in manifesting platforms for your spiritual teachings, whether it's through teaching by example or through writing or through speaking. Okay, so remember I said what you need to say right now. And so some of you are supposed to be speaking this knowledge of numbers, of numerology. Some of you are supposed to be writing about it. And so when I say speaking, we are speaking, but I don't think you're supposed to be listening. I mean, more with that high priestess is listening to your intuition and putting that information out there through your voice. My dog is chewing something. What are you chewing? Give me that. No. Okay. So I think that's coming up, of speaking something and also letting others hear what you have to say, putting that out there. Also, that's in the form of writing. If you have something you want to write, an experience when it comes to numbers, when it comes to life paths, and putting that information out there. And with that milk and butter, I think the universe is saying this is where you can use those gifts to fulfill yourself in this lifetime as well. But I will go to that milk and butter as well, and I'll read that one with that 25. I like 25. The universe always provides, no matter your circumstances, and milk and butter is here to remind you to lean on spirit for all your needs. Spirit is your eternal provider, your unlimited source of nourishment. All that is required is your belief. An intention given to the universe has no power if you do not believe it will be answered. So as you're doing this, you need to have faith that, I would say universe or God. Some of you resonate with that. But I do say universe. But I do believe in God as well. So I don't know why I'm putting that out there. But it will provide for you wherever you go, wherever you're setting your attention, whatever you're trying to manifest. If you're saying, I want to have this to work out, and you're putting it out there, it is going to work out if you're speaking it to the universe. But everything happens in the universe timing. Everything has to come into play, and you know this because you're high priestess, okay? So let's look. I don't know what. I've had two things. Because I had this energy of that, you see this things are falling apart. I feel like I'm going to the inner child, your inner child oracle healing. So I think you're going through some things falling apart, and it might seem dark, but you might be like a really have a lot of light, but right now I feel like you might be going through a dark spot. And yeah, right there it says learn to trust and surrender. So that, again, putting your faith into the universe through this process, saying, okay, I have to surrender things that are breaking down within your heart space, and clearing out and letting things grow. And then this is all about that trust and surrender, and putting, guess what number that is? We have another 7. It's so funny. I'm like, there's another 7. Definitely go look up Life Path 7. Look up number 7. What 7 is? 7 is like a very high spiritual level stuff. Here's another: freedom of expressing yourself. This is a 10. So also expressing yourself again with who you are. Who are you? What's coming up about who you are in this energy? You have. It's interesting that this comes up because these are actually two women, and I always when I listen to a lot of readings, I hear people say, "Oh, this might be like a same sex type of couple on things on like soulmates and stuff." And I always find it odd because I'm just like, I don't attract that way. And so this is where it comes in that there's some of you that have not accepted that part of yourself, maybe, that's coming through. And maybe you haven't been able to express that. And that's maybe you're more accepting of that. And maybe you're supposed to be an advocate for that in a way. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that, I think that, again, that's that speaking. You guys got a lot of speaking. I have one more. We're doing one more. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but Mulan just came in my head. I don't know why. It says, be patient with yourself. Okay. So you see this, the whole caterpillar process. This is a process. The surrendering to what you want, your freedom of who you are. It's a process. This is a process, and it's okay. And it's okay. Right now, I'm not. That's the beautiful thing about this inner child. Nothing that fell out is saying you need to work with an abandonment wound. You need to work with an attachment wound. None of this has come out. What is coming out is about surrendering, about accepting, about just letting things flow and going through the process. You don't need to, I don't think you need to do any work of like, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. No, I think you need to just let whatever's flowing right now, it's going with the flow, letting things flow, using the elements of, I've really big elements coming through is air and water. They are the things that help things move. Okay. Earth is more grounding. We don't want to catch anything on fire. Right now, everything is, you're trying to let things clear through with air, the air element of air. And you're also letting things flow with water. Those things are great at washing things and clearing things as well. And that's what's coming through. Let's do two things. Let's do tarot. And actually, because I don't know why, but I pulled out these karma cards because we probably need to look at some karma. So we're going to look at something you might need to know, see or hear or speak about, some kind of karma that is playing off in your life right now. And I'm going to pull it, and then we're also going to use the Dark Goddess Tarot to help you through that process. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I'm going to do whatever flies out at me facing upwards because these cards are turned in multiple ways. So let's see, what do they need? What does this pile need when it comes to karma going on in their life and anything they need to know? Okay, so you guys have inspires others with, be prepared to sacrifice forward. Yielding is the only way to. So this is Neptune energy. You're here to inspire others. Taking your time, going with the flow is going to really help you through this process. So let's get tarot to tell you how you're supposed to inspire others. And that we're going to see if you're supposed to, again, probably talking again. Neptune energy. Neptune energy. Okay. You're supposed to inspire others with what? What are they supposed to inspire others with? The Siren of Fire, which I think Siren is the Queen of Wands. I'm not going to show her. She is quite naked. Very naked. No, it's actually the night. Oh my gosh. The Egyptian goddess of pleasure. So this is... Okay, so I am going to put her naked little body under here. I don't know this goddess too well, but I have her right here. She's a siren fire. She's the top of her is naked, and she's an Egyptian goddess. Her name is Qadish. I never heard of her before. Qatish, yeah, the goddess of nature, beauty, sexual pleasure, and sacred ecstasy. Her name is from the holy, and her titles includes mistress of all the gods, beloved and without equal. She's the lady of heaven, as well as her connection to both love and war, shown by two husbands, links her to other great goddesses, like Istar. Oh my gosh. When she appears, balance and beauty are achieved by including all that you love in your life. Let all that you love and serve and sustain you. Do not sacrifice one love for another. Be large enough to embrace more. So it's saying, don't sacrifice your gifts for something else. So I love my 9 to 5. I do love my job. Sometimes I get mad at it, but I do like it. But I'm not supposed to sacrifice that job from this right here, because I love this too. I love tarot. I love oracle cards. I love knowledge. I especially spiritual knowledge. And so I'm not supposed to sacrifice either. I'm supposed to find a balance between the two. And that's my story, but everyone else's story is going to be different. Some of you guys is going to be, do I want to sacrifice like motherhood with a job? No, you can do both of those. Or do I want to sacrifice traveling or with motherhood? Well, you could do both. You just need to figure out how you can travel with your child, or finding a way where someone you can trust and leave your child with, so you could still do some traveling here and there. That's just things that I'm giving you examples of, but your story will be different. Okay, here's another example. You love someone, but your parents hate that person, but you love your parents. Because this happens in a lot of different cultures where, someone from a certain background might fall for another person from another background, and it clashes. So you have to say, I love you both, and if you love me, then you need to learn how to accept each other, and you have to find a balance in them. Then that's when we come to this, be prepared to sacrifice for. Wow. So when you do come to that sacrifice where two things that you love and they cannot be worked out, then you look at sacrifice. How do you sacrifice? What do you need to see in the sacrifice? I got too many. Oh my gosh. We're not taking that many cards for sacrifice. No, not doing it. Can I have one? There we go. I will take that. Okay. Empress, the Black Madonna. Oh my God. That's funny because she came up. I was thinking about her the other day, which is so interesting. So you have the Empress. It's so be prepared to sacrifice for the Empress. So so either it's calling for you to sacrifice for your Empress energy, or is calling for you to sacrifice for an Empress. Access the situation with an open heart. Success comes when you wish for the best outcome for all concerned, and you do not allow the definition of best to limit the good that can happen. Like, this is the best in this situation. No. I'm not limiting myself to the best. I want what good can happen. Find a way to ask, and it's coming that you're making a choice to express what you want, and just be patient with what happens. And because if this is what you want, that's what you want, and you can't do anything about it. Oh my gosh. And so yielding is the only way. So, oh my God, that one came out real quick. So with Morgana came out, and she has this, Morgan came out, and you guys know the Morgan, she will take down some stuff. She reminds me of when she has sovereignty. So these are definitely some energies coming out, because right after that is that sovereignty is the Emperor. You got the Empress and the Emperor. So the Emperor is going to stand up, and the Emperor is going to bow to this Empress energy. He's going to say, I'm sacrificing to this. I'm yielding to this. Okay? And he's not going to surrender his own happiness, which is this Empress, for other things. The situation requires someone to take charge of it. If you want it done accordingly to your best interest, that someone needs to be you. Take a powerful stance. Do not ignore an opportunity for your power to grow and your influence to solidify. So I'll go back to my example. My example is, I have always had this fiery, passionate movement energy. I had to stand up for my Empress energy. I've always walked in a more of a Emperor energy, taking charge, and then for a while I tried to step into this Empress energy and be softer and be more of but then this energy was overpowered too much by an imbalanced Emperor. And so for me to work this out, I had to stand also, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. I had to stand in this energy and take a stance for myself. And I took a stance for myself in a lot of places in my life. And give you the example right now, I took a stand, and this is more action. The Empress doesn't have to take action. The Emperor needs to, this is action. But for this to come out, it's saying you can stay in this energy, but sometimes you have to take action on certain things. You have to take a stand. And so you're going to have to take a stand and stand up for things, and to bring things. If you see these skulls, reminds me of Shindango drawing I made. You're going to have to take a stand and bring a transformation, which we have this. Where's our transformation? That butterfly energy right here. This is so, because this reminds me of the death card, which is all about transformation, and that is being patient with yourself. So as long as you taken action and you've done things, and you're doing all of the things, but you're also going back to this Empress energy when you can, because you have a duality. We all have a light, we all have a dark. We all have masculine, we all have feminine. We have that, so we have to look at that. We're not all of light, and we're not all of dark, and we're not all of positive, and we're not all of negative. There is a in between. That is why we probably have in our political system, and here in the United States, we only have two. But they have to understand it all can't be one, and then all can't be another. There has to be a balance in the middle, or it's not, everything's just going to crash out. So sometimes you have to take charge and take it and do things and take action. And sometimes You also have to go with the flow and be patient. Okay, so, and that's that surrendering. So there is a balance. There's going to be a wave of how you're going to do it, and you will yourself will know how to do that. And it might feel like this flower, like things are just falling apart, and things fall apart so that they can be rebuilt in the right way, especially when you're on your spiritual journey and you're finally opening up and accepting it. Things will be up and things will be down, and you will go through many dark nights of the souls, and you will go through many transformations, and people were like, who the heck are you? And you're like, well, I had to drop some of that old skin off. It's kind of like an insect or a reptile, or everyone. We shed our skin. We do shed skin. We shed skin cells every single day. Our skin, we know, we don't see it all the time, but that flaking skin, we're shedding skin because we are changing all the time. You don't think just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's happening. That means the inside of us is supposed to be changing as well. Not just the outsides of our skin just dying off and getting new stuff. That's supposed to be happening on the inside as well. Okay? All right, you guys. Pile 1. So you needed to hear that you're supposed to be putting things out there into this world, and you're supposed to be taking action, and you're supposed to be finding balance, and you're supposed to be surrendering this to the universe and setting those intentions to the universe. It's all about intention. Okay? All right, pile 1. Thank you so much. We are headed to pile 2. Hello, pile 2. So you guys picked these little berry things. So let's see what you got. So with your Season of the Witch card, you got growth. No boys. No. Hold on. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I had to kick the dogs outside. Okay, so you guys might be on this experience growth. And oh my gosh, I love this because it looks like these little berries in this. And it says growth. Inside myself, I've sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive, eternal song, softly bellow in spirit. So expansive. So sown beauty with wounds. You made things beautiful out of things that have hurt you. You have Damara, guiding children. You are good at helping and counseling and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So with this card, definitely I'm pulled from the Healing Child Oracle. I feel with her coming through, I think maybe you guys experience hard childhoods yourself, and so you guys know what it's like for children who have difficulties. You can understand what they're going through, so you can you're able to empathize. You're able to empathize with. You're able to have empathy with them. You understand their experiences because you experienced it yourself, and you may have had to go through a lot of healing yourself and sown your own wounds and gone through your own healing process. And so you might be great teachers, or you might be great counselors, or just working with young adults in any type of field where young adults come in. And then we have the Conventina. It is time for cleansing and detoxification of your body and mind. So making sure you're cleansing regularly. If you do sage, if you do cleaning your house, purifying your house, opening those windows up, making sure you have purifying plants in your house, even using essential oils, detoxing your body, fasting, only eating, certain foods, not eating sugar, all the things that whatever you do to help cleanse your body and your mind. Okay. Also good for that, meditating, to clear negative thoughts from your mind as well. We are going to look at that growth, number 16, which goes to a 7, which is our theme freaking number is 7. I feel like, yeah, 7 is that whole spiritual number. In ancient times, Beltane would have been considered to be the start of summer, this season of action, abundance, and energy. The universe will present you with opportunities in such a period of growth, but you must be willing to meet opportunity with commitment and passion. Make those calls, start researching, and be ready to make your pitch when you're put on the spot. Your dreams are out there for you for the taking, but you must be willing to do the work to see them grow. Okay? You have pulled growth to remind you that success lies outside of your comfort zone. This card is challenging you to reach for things that are much bigger than you normally go for. Do not worry about the outcome, but instead focus on what you can do today to be one step closer to the goal line. Just as farmers have to do heavy lifting during spring, pulling weeds and fertilizing crops and monitoring growth, you will also need to expand energy to reap out your harvest later down the road. So doing the things that are uncomfortable. Let me tell you, it's funny because when I originally put these cards on this table, I was just like, oh, this is so me. But it's not me anymore. I've already moved away from this energy. And this was, I pulled these cards. It was a week and a half ago. I did pull these cards and I pulled this flower. But yeah, it was like a week and a half ago. But you can move, sometimes people move it through energy. I move through energy really fast. And so I moved through this energy really fast because the things I needed to do, the growth, I took action on them really quickly. And so sometimes they will come up, and there's been a couple things that I've just started taking action on. And hey, when they come to you, you have to do them. Some of you is saying take action on going back to school to help with a career. Some of it's telling you, it's telling you that you need to work on clearing out things from your mind and your body, whatever you do to detox. Okay, so those are definitely coming up. So that's what you're needing to hear right now, that you guys need to either take action on something that you want to do in your career. And I feel it's with children, if it's for teaching, if it's for counseling, if it's for something that involves that, it's telling you you need to hear that you need to do that. Also, you need to hear that you need to do that detox. You need to work on it. Or you also maybe need to share this with children, to the younger generations on how to eat healthier, how to cleanse, how to do those things. Maybe you're really great at that, and it's something that you can pass on to others. I just thought of crystals too, how you use crystals to cleanse as well, using crystals to cleanse. All right. I don't know why I'm thinking of this one. So let's go with, I don't know why. I just want to pull from the green witch one. First we're going to look at, I don't know why. We're just going to pull some cards right here on this growth, on what you need to jump into when it comes to your growth. Some ideas that you might be needing to hear right now when it comes to your growth. For this pile, what do they need to hear right now about this growth and some unhappy wounds we got going on? Oh, and then I'm going to actually look these cards up before we do that. And we're going to pull the inner child for that one. So, yeah. This one is the Ace of Swords. So, yep, when it comes to that growth, you have to go after it. You have to go after what you want. It's saying when an idea comes, that new beginning comes, an idea. Anything that comes up, information you find out that you need to do, go for it. And then you have, because a Knight of Chalices, and go with it passionately. Go after it, because that's what you want. The Knights, that's, oh, That's the Knight of Cups, meaning it's something that you love, something that you're passionate about. Go after it. Go after whatever you're passionate about. And it's saying you will, it's part of your growth. Part of your growth is getting some kind of, it could be this right now, someone telling me just being that confirmation to you, or you getting some kind of letter, you getting some kind of verbal information, a new beginning, a letter or something. You're getting something, and then you go after it. You see it, you hear it, you know it, you're going to go after it. And that's what it's telling you to go after, whatever it is. And everyone's thing is going to be different of what they're supposed to be going after. Just like that energy I was in last week when I had the opportunity to go after something and I went after it. There was 2 things and I went after both of them because, hey, I knew there was something that was hard and was out of my comfort. Both of them are out of my comfort zones, but I still did it because I have a lot more other stuff out of my comfort zone, but I can't take on everything all at once. But it's all about doing it. And as you are going after it, it's going to be a great thing. So some of you, so let's look at this mirror right here. What does it say about her? I don't know her too well, but I will see it. It says, the message is, one can be gentle and a fierce protector. My vigilante focus on keeping harmony within households stems from my desire for children to maintain their youthful awe and sense of wonder. How else would we ensure that they'll see and speak with the fairies? How else will we foster the continuation of children's healing laughter? Join with me in guiding the children, and you'll see your own imagination sparked by their amazing young beings. Your own enthusiasm and youthful spirit attracts the children's respect and attention. I lead you toward young people who could benefit from your help. Yeah, and this card talks about spend time with, or have a heart talk with your own children, or get into a career involved with helping kids, volunteer with young people. Know that children will be coming into your life soon. You will be a parent. Take care of your own inner child through play and laughter. And I'm pulling from this inner child oracle, so we're going to see what comes up when it comes to this guiding children. It could be definitely your inner child wanting you to hang out and do some things, or it could be children if you have children yourself, or it could be young people you work with as well. So there is multiple layers to this guiding children. Okay, my first one is set your intention. The last one I was saying, the last thing I said to the last group in pile 1, I said, make sure you're putting your intention out there to the universe. So set your intention. What is your intention when it comes to children? I have intentions for each one of my children, my own personal children, all 3 of them, and they're all different things. And I speak it into existence, what I need help with from God. And then I make sure I have those intentions for young adults that are around me too, because I have young adults that are around me, and I know I can be a light to them, and I could be I have this great mothering energy, so I can come off as this great mothering, but it's also this down-to-earth mother that is that's not going to judge them, but it's going to be there for them and have that laughter with them. So set your intention, what you want when it comes to that, what you want when you connect with maybe your inner child, with the children in your life, or the children that you're helping to teach. Another one you're getting is listen to your intuition. So when it comes to your connection with children, do not follow the path of everyone else. This is what I'm getting. Listen to your intuitions. Go take your own path. Go your own way. Parent your own way. Someone says, no, you need to spank your child. No, I don't want to. Someone says, you need to tell them that they have to do this. And you say, you need to do this. And they're going to say, what? And they're going to say why, especially my youngest daughter. She asked me why 3 times, maybe 4 or 5 times about, it was something last night. I totally forgot what it was, but she kept asking me why about it. And I tried to explain. I explained to her in many different levels until she understood why. And sometimes that's what you have to do. And sometimes you can try to explain, but your why is so stupid to them, or it doesn't make sense to them, that sometimes you can just say, you know what, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, honey. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know is the answer as well. But listen to your own intuition when it comes to how you're supposed to lead children in your life, your own children, how you're supposed to help children that you might work with, how you're supposed to help your inner child. It's going to set the intention and listen to your intuition. There you go. First, set your intention of what you want, what you're looking for, what you're hoping for, and then listen to your intuition of what you're getting, what you should do. Okay? All right. I love that. That was amazing. Okay, so this detox of your body and mind. Let's see what's going on here. Actually, let's see what she says. This message comes as a help and not as an affront or a criticism. Your vessel has become clogged by overuse of harsh chemicals, and the offending source is within your psyche. Something's going on. So something you're either eating or something within your mind. You've been ignoring your body's many signals and screams for relief for the steady indigestions of impurities. Perhaps you've also noticed a slump in your energy level, and your degree of joy has lagged as well. Never mind these past efforts, though, as the solution is at hand right now. Now that you've heard this message, do not hesitate for even a moment to take new arrangements. You'll want to keep a sharp focus on the contents of your mind and your speech as well, for the words you think and speak are the very diet that supports you. Choose purity. I promise you a change outlook for the better. So follow again. You're following your intuition. Stop using alcohol. Stop using drugs. Try to avoid some processed food. And sugar, big one. Sugar is a big one. Try to get more organic foods. Like I told my body, you don't need any more gluten. And so I was just like, okay, let's cut down on the gluten. Okay. And I did. Go on a fast. You can detox. There's many ways to do this. Okay. There's many things. Look at what's going to help you. Research what's going to help you. I'm not your medical professional. You have to figure out how you want to do that on your own. But it's saying, you're getting that little something in your stomach or something in your mind. Energy levels, yes. Okay, first one, oh, wow. Yeah, so we have 2. We have justice. There needs to be a balance. Justice is all about a balance. You have to balance what you're taking in your body and what you're doing. And you can see what it is. The Queen of Wands. That's the joy. That is that joy, that fun energy. This right here is the balance of your physical body. With this justice, I feel like that is, you need to bring, that's also the Queen of Swords. You need to look at what you're eating. Look at what you're putting in your body. Look what you're putting into your mind. The Queen of Wands is feed yourself with joy. Feed yourself with confidence. Don't look at yourself and be like, oh, I feel this way. I feel this way. Like all the bad things. Give yourself compliments and say, ooh, I love the way my butt is looking today. I love how I love my smile. I love the way I'm looking. I look great. Go do some affirmations. Listen to some affirmations. Do some affirmations in the mirror. There's affirmation songs you can listen to. There's affirmations you know, just listening to someone else affirmations and then repeating them. Also, there's music that you can listen to as well. But those are things to help with you and your physical. And just going outside and moving your body also will help you feel good, and it will help you detox, as it will help detox and move things through your system as well. Drinking more water could be a thing. Saying I'm done with soda. Just even cutting out soda can help you detox. Because that's going to cut sugar. Cutting out, I'm going to say it, and because I did cut it out for a while, and it's back in my life too much. It's coffee. I'm cutting off. I said it. I'm cutting off. I need to cut off my coffee intake. I went to nothing. Then I went to like maybe a little small cup. Now I'm like at 1.5 cups, and it's not good. So I need to cut back to myself. So I'm telling you guys, it's recognizing the things that you need to do. If you smoke, think about trying to cut out smoking. Okay. If you drink, I think it's okay to drink. It's like, I drink wine and I love my apple ciders too. But guess what? I don't drink them that often. I can buy I like the bottles of apple ciders, and I can buy like a 6-pack, and that 6-pack will last me for like a month or so, because I will drink maybe one a week or something. I don't drink them that often. When I drink like one of those little bottles of like, they're like a beer bottle, but there's apple ciders. So like something like that, it's okay to have a glass of wine or whatever you drink. But the thing is doing it, and just not doing it so often, not doing it every day. Okay. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you, pile 2. So looking at your growth, going after it, setting your intention when it comes to how you want to connect with children, your children, working with children, your inner child, and listen to your intuition. Follow your own path. When it comes to detoxing that body, cutting out something in your physical, adding more water in it. And then when it comes to your mind, stepping up into this powerful queen energy, seeing that you are awesome, seeing that you are joyful, seeing that you can set things on fire, just like that Queen of Wands can do, because she can do that. She's very feisty. I know. I have the Queen of Wands energy. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I had a good time with you guys. You can like, share, comment, or subscribe. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, pile 3. You guys picked this flower right here. What I'm hearing right now is right here, bonfire, and it's crazy that y'all have this, because before I started, you guys, when I was putting back the decks from pile 2, and I was putting it back in here, I saw the fire ritual, and all of a sudden I saw setting an intention or something and actually putting it on fire. So with this bonfire I have, it is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. So I feel like, and I have this too, I hear second chance. You're gonna have a second chance at something, but you need to set your intention and put it in a flame and burn it and set that intention. For some reason, I'm not gonna give you these are your goddesses that are working with you, but they don't want to come out yet. They want me to give you this bonfire. What that has to do, something with the bonfire has to do something with your this inner child oracle. We'll see. I'm going to pull 2 cards, one for the left and one for the right. So we're going to do 2. Oh my God, is that 2? No, that's too many. All right, 2 cards for our bonfire. What is setting that intention and burning something through a fire bowl? What do we have? Ooh, I got 1. And then, dang, one too many. Okay. All right. Learn to trust and surrender. This came out in Paul 1. Learn to trust and surrender. So you're going to, whatever you set, you're going to trust this. You're going to learn how to trust yourself. So it's trusting the universe, and you're putting it out in the universe of what you want. You're writing it on paper. You're setting that intention, and you're burning it, and you're releasing it, and you're letting it go. It says heal your rejection wound, and then after that, I want you to go work on this and I think it helps that rejection wound. Because when you actually, that hits really nicely together, actually, with this rejection wound. Learn to trust and surrender. So when you have a rejection wound, you don't try for things, you don't go after things because you feel like that it's not going to happen. But you have to learn to trust that it can happen, and you surrender that. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. Oh my God, it's a song. It's a song. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. Okay? It will happen when it's supposed to happen. We have 7 and we have 8. Oh. So we're moving up in numbers. We have 7, 8. So it's a progression up. We're going up. We're moving up. You're going to do that. Let's look really quick at rejection wound. If I can even find the book to the oracle. What did I do with it? Maybe there it is. It fell over. But with that rejection wound, like I said, because you've been rejected from things, you feel like, oh my God, I can't go after that, or I don't need to do that because I will be rejected. No. Set the intention. Go after it. There are many root causes of rejection wound. The wound may occur because part of your soul was resistant to reincarnating to Earth. That is one way. This resistance comes from the experience that the belief that Earth is a hostile place. And to live here, one must suffer and sacrifice too much. Another reason of the rejection wound occurs is due to the experience of being an unplanned or unwanted baby. This can cause you to feel rejected before taking your first breath. I know that. I know the feeling of that. I was an unwanted child. I know. I know this wound. I know it too well. I know. I didn't want to be on this earth. I'm like, I am not an earth being. I am different. I'm something different. But I am a child of God. God is my Father, and I know that. And I know He's going to take care of me regardless of what I do. He's got my back. But the thing is, I still have rejection wounds because I was not wanted in the wound. I was not wanted, and it's okay. I had to experience that. I had to forgive that, and I had to let that go. When your rejection wound is unhealed, you can feel like an outcast, lonely. And if you do not belong in this world, you may be detached from your body and the world around you. You are more likely to be sensitive and susceptible to self-doubt to the point of denying your feelings. I've been there too. You know where I was dropped? I have been dropped in communities where I'm always like, I'm the token black girl. Like, I'm dropped in communities with a bunch of white people. I'm just going to put it out there. And I've always had this lonely feeling, but I've always belonged, and my energy has always been accepted and loved because I'm supposed to be here. And that was part of healing that rejection wound. And once I was just like, I'm supposed to be here, I'm accepting myself here. You get past that stage, right? Then you go to, when you resist being fully present in your own body and create many fantasies about reality, you are missing the appointment of life. You are refusing your own existence and your own power. When you're afraid and detached from yourself, from your life experience, you reject incarnation in your very being. I rejected my very being. I hated my life. I hated my look. I hated everything. One of the things that helped me come to accepting this rejection wound to coming back to my body was yoga. I will tell you, it was yoga. It was breath work. That's what helped me. Breath work, yoga, and sitting with my dang self and seeing my dang self and pouring into my damn self. And that helped me. And seeing the beauty and the ugly in myself and accepting it. If this card presents itself to you, it is time to check in to see if your rejection wound is activated. If it is, you're invited to ground yourself in your body. Grounding work is, like I said, breath work, meditation, yoga, going outside, eating root vegetables. Those all help with grounding. Okay? Support yourself and be willing to hold all parts of your love and acceptance. This is a chance to bring your intuition and spiritual gifts to the world and create the life you want to live. This is also the opportunity to accept your incarnation on earth, to live fully in your power, claiming every aspect of yourself. So, one of the things you might be needing to do is setting the intention of what you want and surrendering. Also, releasing this rejection wound. I am where I'm supposed to be. And you could put that on there. I am where I'm supposed to be, and burning that and putting it in a flame. That's all. Simple as that. It could be simple as that. I am where I'm supposed to be. It could be, I accept who I am. I love who I am. It could be any of those. Write your own words. Whatever comes from out of your heart of what you need will work out for you. Okay? Hold on for a second. We're going to get the, now we're going to get our goddesses, but I'm going to release my dogs for a minute. Okay. So that is your wounding. It's interesting because the other ones I did pull from the healing card oracles, and no wounds came up. You guys are the only group that had a wound come up. And I think you know what this wound is because, again, I even had this wound. I do have this wound. And sometimes that wound does activate itself, especially when I'm having my moments. And we all have our moments. We all have highs and we have lows. Like, I'm not always happy. I'm not always sad. But sometimes you're just in the middle, and that's okay. And sometimes things happen and you get a lot thrown at you, and you can get knocked down. And when you get knocked down, that wound can reactivate, and you have to just check in with yourself. And that's what I feel like this is saying, to check in with that. Okay. So our first one is Sadada. I don't know who she is. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow. Okay. So let's look and see what's up with her. Infinite supply. I feel like that infinite supply is love, light. I saw the best thing you guys could have a lot of light, and so you probably attract a lot of energy vampires. And then one of the greatest things I've learned with energy vampires, they love light. They want to suck all the light out of you. Well, the thing is, it's light, so they cannot take all your light away. They might come and suck some out, yes, and they might can drain you, and you have to refill your cup. But the thing is they can't take it's light. You can't take away light. There's always light and there's always dark. So they cannot take away light. It says, this is an abundant universe filled with more than enough for everyone. Yet the energy format of this planet is about polarities. In this instance, it's about giving and receiving. The key is to balance the two. If you only give, you'll feel drained, resentful, and you'll experience lack. If you only receive, you won't enjoy what you have. Balance comes from fearlessly giving as you are guided, and then receiving with joy and gratitude. It is exactly like breathing. Both the inhale and the exhale are identical important practice of giving and receiving daily, and you will never want for anything. So that is also helpful with grounding, is breath work, when I was talking about breath work. And it's that giving and receiving. So you guys might be givers. I'm going to just say you guys are probably The rejected people are the ones who probably give the most because you have this emotional attachment of like, if I don't give, I will be rejected. I'm coming back to this right here. And I've been in that part too, where I give and give and just give so much that you do have this, where you feel like you give and you get drained and you get resentful. And I can tell you yesterday, I felt like that for the last 2 days. I have been working and working, going to work, and then coming home and doing more work at home, and everyone just looking at me as they do nothing. Mostly at home, not at work, mostly at home, and I get resentful. Like, is anyone else going to help around here? And that means I was giving too much, and so today, I have to work, but at the same time, I told myself, okay, I don't have to go into work till later. So I knew that for the first, once the kids got off to school, I was going to sit down and pour into myself, because I need to pour into myself and give to myself. And you have to find that balance back. You have to fill your cup back up, and it's time for me to receive guidance and release as well, release things that I need to let go of. And so that's what it's asking you, to always have this balance of, yes, it's okay to give, but it's also okay to receive as well. And when you're receiving, having that gratitude, like, oh my God, thank you so much. And, or even I had a moment where sometimes you have moments when people want to give to you, but they make you feel guilty for giving. Those people are not imbalanced. And so if someone is giving to you, but they make you feel guilty as they're giving it to you, don't take it. Don't take it from them. Say, no, thank you. Don't take it from them. Let them understand that I'm not letting you give to me, and you're going to try to guilt me at the same time. I don't want it. If that's how you feel, I don't want it. You can have that energy back, and you can have whatever that is back, and you can take it for yourself. Okay? And I will be okay filling my own cup and doing things myself. And I'm not receiving from you. I can go outside and receive from the universe or the ground or something else. And you can have whatever you got going on. You can have that for yourself. You take that on your own energy back. And that is not accepting someone else's energy, because then you have to transmute that stuff. And I have learned, I ain't transmuting nobody's negativity and their crap anymore. No, you can have that back. Okay? So know that there's a balance. Sometimes you do have to take people's crap. Some of that crap I take is my children's, and I take it because they are my children, and they don't know how to transmute yet. They don't truly know how to 100% transmute. And so I do take their energy. And you know what? When I take their energy and I put it up to the universe and I talk to the universe about it, guess what? The universe quickly turns around and pours that energy back to my kids into a positive way. And guess what? My kids come to me seconds later, minutes later, Mom, I'm sorry, or it's always something. And they're pouring that back into me in a positive way. Always. They can get mad or something, and guess what? I'm going to stay patient with them because they are children again. And I will take their energy, and I take that energy and I let them do whatever, and the universe knows what that is, and then it comes back to me, and it's in the form that it needs to. And so I know that I'm not lacking anything. I'm not going into that lack mentality or that resentment. And the moment you do go into that, that's when you need to ground yourself and get back into that balance. And anyone can do it. Like I said, I did it. And so just knowing that you can release and put that back into the world. Okay? But I don't know. Oh. Oracle. Why did I say Oracle? I was thinking I need to get an Oracle for this card, and I don't know if I have an Oracle. Oh, right here, the Oracle for this card. Oh, you know the perfect oracle for this card is Oracle of the Witch to reclaim your birthright. And so when this happens, when this with this energy supply and with this goddess, and another way for you to help you take back this energy in which is coming up is through crystals. Natural source, very great source. Pulling out you some crystals. Let me see. I'm just gonna pull a couple of them because I got some right here, right now. Just random crystals, not random. I have some amethyst. Pull you some amethyst out, my children. Pull out some selenite. Clear out the energy. Clear out whatever you need to. Use crystals. Great. You can use crystals for different crystals for grounding. There's crystals to ground. There's crystals to cleanse. There's crystals to block negative energy. There's crystals to help you release things. There's crystals for everything you need. That's a good one. Crystals. Yes. Help you amplify whatever your energy supply, whatever supply with crystals. I walk around with crystals all the time. They're all on me. I got them in my pockets. I got them in my bra. I got crystals. I got them. All right. So your next is this Diana, which is awesome. Focused intention. So you had, we got intentions everywhere. I told you to set the intention. So once you got this bonfire, you're setting that intention, you're putting it in the fire. She's going to help. She's coming in to put it in the flame, run it down the street, make sure it gets where it needs to go. It says, keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on the target, and you will make your mark. When it comes to this rejection wound, do not let this rejection wound wind you up and get into your head and get into your mind. Focus on your intention, throw it in that fire, and trust it. Let's see what she has to say. She has something to say. I love her energy. If you see a deer anywhere, you know that focus. I want to tell you guys, when you guys see a deer, you see a deer or stag anywhere. Maybe you see it on the street, driving down the street. Maybe you might see it on someone's shirt. You might see it, someone that has a tattoo of it. You might see it, a random sticker of it. When you see a deer or stag, you know Diana's there, and your focused intention is about to manifest. Okay? That's what I'm putting out there in the universe for you guys. Okay. She is saying tenacity means sticking to a decision and not allowing outside forces to sway you. Imagine yourself to be like a mighty oak tree with your roots deeply rooted into the Mother Earth. That's grounding. That's a great way to ground, guys. Feel your solid strength and steady upward growth. Know that no matter what happens, you will succeed. Your branches may twist and turn as you flex toward the light, yet your unwavering intentions will ensure that no faint wind will sway you from your mission. Be in charge of your body, your schedule, your mind, and keep them focused on your target. And when you see that stag, when you see that deer, your manifestations are happening. That is, I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. And I'm going to give you something that you can reclaim this birthright with too, okay? What will help them with their focus intention? Oh, what are we using for their focus intention? Casting a circle. I know nothing about casting circles. I'm just going to tell y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. I don't know. I am not, I'm not equipped in that. I'm not that. I am, people might think I'm witchy, but I don't do a lot of like that. I do a lot of just protecting, a lot of cleansing, a lot of clear. I don't do casting circle. What is casting a circle? Cast a circle around you with a pointed finger to show the disrespectful where the door once was. Oh my gosh. Casting a circle around yourself is boundaries. Actually, it says boundaries. Casting circle, it says boundaries, which it says underneath there, but I didn't pay attention to that. Y'all don't listen to me. Energy vampires and boundary pushers. Okay, be gone. Remember I told you you have these people who come and be like all up in your energy and are like here and make you feel guilty. The energy vampires, this is, you're casting a circle. It's a protection. Remember I just said I only do circle. Well, I do, sir. I do have a circle. What I do is I put a bubble around me. I guess that's like a circle because it is round. You put a bubble around you for your boundaries. And when their energy seeps in, your light pushes that back out and be like, no, that's not mine. That's yours. Take it back. Take it back. I don't want it. I don't want. You could be also setting your intentions for that. Anyone in energy trying to get inside my bubble will be cast out. End of story. That's it. I put that out in the universe. You put that in the universe, it's out there. It says, energy vampires and boundary pushers, be gone. A witch who stands in her power does not feel guilty for putting in place her natural defenses. Crystals, natural defense. A circle around yourself, natural defense. Don't come around me. I don't want to hear it. Okay? All right? I'm still happy. I'm still going to smile. Okay? Whatever. You can take your negativity back with you. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want your energy. Take it on. Take it on. Okay? For she knows it is vital important to honor yourself first and foremost before all others. That is not selfish. When you're on an airplane, and everyone says this, you always put your mask on first, and then you help the people around you. If you're drowning, how are you going to help someone else? You can't. So, you're going to make sure you're okay, and then you're going to help things around you. But you can't be drowning and helping other people. You can't be unprotected and helping other people. Nah, this is my energy. I can help you try to clear out yours by grounding and telling you this and telling you that. But you do your work, I do my work. And I'm set at a certain way. I'm here to help you if I can. And if I can't, I have to keep it pushing. Okay? This is the way of the goddess who naturally commands both boundaries and respect. We witches of old urge you to simply walk away from unnecessary drama, from those who walk all over you. When you say a big fat no to those who push you to your limits and those who intrude on your sacred space, you reclaim your strength and power. How others react to your boundaries you put into place is totally their problem, not yours. Observe but ignore reactions. Whenever you are met with resistance, remove yourself swiftly from the situation by showing the perpetrator the door with your kick-ass pointy witchy boots. If self-care in this way is new to you, you may feel challenging when you have to draw that line to those people. Oh my God, you guys, that is beautiful. Because when you do this is why Diana says, focus on your attention. Focus on your stuff. Focus on your stuff. Focus on your stuff. Focus on your stuff. Because you're going to have energy vampires and they're going to be pushing that rejection wound. They know you're wounding. This is what narcissists do. This is what energy vampires do. This is what people do when they know you have some kind of wounding. If you have an abandonment wound, you have the rejection wound, you have an attachment wound, they will use your wounding against you. So you have to check in with your wounding all the time. And you always have to have boundaries up. You also have to have clearing your space up. You also have to have protection up. And boundaries is your protection. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Set this intention with this bonfire today, guys. Oh my gosh. I love this. That is the ending for you guys. Just put those intentions out there. And whatever you're trying to manifest and whatever you want, I'm supposed to tell you what you need to hear right now. What you need to hear right now is setting and making you have protection, checking in with your rejection wound, putting protection around yourself, which is boundaries, using crystals. You're also supposed to hear, and when you see that stag or deer, your manifestations are happening. All right, that is all I have for you. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. You can share, like, comment, or subscribe.